What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the YouTube Barber Academy. Over the last 18 years of this career, I've been doing this since 2003. I've worked at a ton of different shops, a ton of different stations, had a million different setups. But now, when I bought my own shop, I said to myself, I'm gonna create the best station that I could possibly have to work out of because I'm actually going to be here working with my guys and everything. And I want everything to be from ergonomic, accessible, clean, easy to move around, that kind of thing. So this is kind of what I've come up with. I've seen people use toolboxes over the years, and I just want to walk you guys through my setup, why I set my shop up this way, and let's get into it. So I guess it makes sense for us to start with the just the outside of my station. So let's just start with the stuff that's on top. On top, I really love working with a fan. This is like one of those underrated things that a lot of barbers don't tell you about because it does get hot when you're cutting hair. So I can just turn this fan on, it's blowing on my back, it's really nice. So the rest of the stuff on the top of my station, this is stuff that I use all the time, that I need access to all the time. So like my clipper oil, my clipper cleaner, my aftershave, my guards, I keep my guards right here, just like that. All my guards in this tray, all my detachables, they sit in here. And then all my guards, I like the wall color guards because I like to just look and see exactly what I got going on. Grab the color guard, go. All right. The other clippers, all the clippers that I actually use, pretty much most of them, I pretty much mainly just use the Ergo, and I use the Absolute Hitter the most of the time, and I always use my detachable for removing bulk. So those are my main three. These other three, this one's like holding on to a bar of soap. So I put this cord on it. But for the most part, these kind of collect dust. I do use my FX a little bit in some situations, but everything that I use the most stays on my station. It just stays up here and out of the way. I mix a little bit of color for my air gun, and I usually just put it in here. I never mix too much because it starts to turn colors and it goes bad after a while. One of the most underrated items, I've never really seen anybody else with them. This is an actual automatic spray gun. Not to be confused with that one that ain't automatic. If I hold this button in, it just keeps spraying. You could really make it rain with this thing the longer you hold it. But the nice thing about this is as I'm squirting a client, I'm not getting carpal tunnel, right? Because all I'm doing is tapping a simple button. I've been doing this for a long time. My hands and stuff like that, they don't need the extra wear and tear, so I'd much rather just tap one button and spray the client until his hair is wet, and you know, we're good to go on that. I think that covers everything on the top of my station. I know some of you guys are probably wondering what's up with this. I found out that this was magnetic a long time ago, and when I was using the Andis, I was just attaching these here because they're just easy to pick up and grab. And this light is probably one of the most important things I view on my station because without this light, I wouldn't be able to see what I was doing. It's super, super bright. It's gonna blow out the camera if I turn it on. But this light, I want this to like emulate the sunlight so that when a client leaves my shop, I know that I was able to see any dark spot, any lines, anything that I might have made a mistake with. I'm definitely going to keep this on both while I cut and definitely in phase 6 when I do my last portion. I want to make sure I got a good light to be able to make sure I didn't make any mistakes. And the last thing outside of the station is just where I keep my blow dryer. Got this little bar that kind of hangs off, and that's how I was able to rig up my light. But I also just realized that I could put my blow dryer in just like that, and we're good to go. Now the best part about these stations is they're magnetic, so we can put hooks. Sometimes I hang towels on them. I put different stuff on them, and I always put my blades that I'm about to use, I just attach them to little magnets. I can move these around, put them in different ways and configure them differently. Also, we have like shelves and stuff that are totally magnetic. This is just a magnet shelf. Bam, we can put it right on the side. And that actually reminds me of my glove dispenser. Come on over to this side. So the rest of this on the outside, I hang my mirror on one of those. I hang my mirror on the clip, and my glove dispenser's right here, right? So all you do when you're ready for some new gloves, just toss them in the top here. This is also magnetic. You could just take this off, put it on the opposite side if you want. And then my color gun, which I need to make sure it's clean. It actually is. And I just hang it on the outside of the station right here. And this is really the only corded item I have left. And it goes into this drawer here where I just basically keep stuff I don't really need.
editor, Mr. Eddie Barber here. Forgot to mention one or two things about this. The stations, being that they're on wheels and they're made of metal, 2 times I've actually had flood in the shop where I had to replace the floor. And being that they're made of metal, really, this is my back. The stations being made of metal and being on wheels, they can be pushed around anywhere they want to be. You can push them around anywhere you want them. 2 times we've had floods in the shop where a neighboring tenant got a bunch of water and I actually had to replace the floor and everything, and it ruined my stations because any type of regular cabinets, they're just going to wick up that moisture. It's going to wind up in the station. These can obviously get wet. You're not going to have a problem unless you really get a flood. So that's one of the things I wanted to mention.
I mean, how often can you say that I actually have extra storage in my station? And not only my station, we got 7 of these, so every single station here has a lot of storage. So there's really no wasted space here. Now, I have entire drawers that are completely empty. Eventually, I'll put something in them, but these 2 big drawers are big enough to hold a full-size air compressor. And then if we walk you through some of the other drawers, the stuff that I need most often is in this drawer. So I keep my money right here, and sometimes I'll put clippers down here, and I got all my stuff. To charge all my stuff, I actually can just plug this right in right here. So what I'll do with my Gold FX, since they don't have a stand, is I'll plug them in and just let them sit. So this is nice because nothing's in the way. I got my little hair grippers, my brush, my combs, but it's really easy to keep this clean because this stays completely closed and out of the way. And then I've just expanded all the space I could ever want. And if I pull this all the way out, I have plugs inside here so that I'm able to close this drawer entirely and not have nothing sticking out. And the way we did that is because these toolboxes come with power in them, and we just fed the power back through here. So it's actually pretty easy to do. It didn't take much. And if I run you through some of these other drawers, I just keep all my razors, a lot of my clips, a little bit of product and stuff that I use pretty frequently, some texturizing razors and stuff like that. I keep that here. Little nick powder in case I cut somebody, which, quote, never happens. I keep all my shears in this drawer, and I like to kind of keep them sort of separated. I keep my shears and a couple little extra brushes here, but I don't like to leave these out on my station because I don't want them to fall. I don't want any harm to come to them, and I just leave them in here. And I got a couple towels, obviously, to kind of keep them clean and oil them and put them back. So that's pretty much that. Now I got like an empty drawer here. Eventually I might add something to it. I got my tools in this drawer and just some extra stuff. So you're always gonna need like a screwdriver. You're always gonna need a couple different things to work on your stuff because you might drop your clipper throughout the day. You might have an issue. I got a couple extra blades in there. And then I keep my towels, all my products. And obviously you guys could kind of organize this, you know, however you see fit, but I just kind of keep the stuff that I use most frequently towards the top. I like to have this entire thing just totally cleared off. And one of the things can really help you cut hair faster is staying organized. So it's just super important that you just put stuff back. So when you take something away, put it back where you found it. You'll know where it is, because a lot of times this little half guard just goes missing somewhere on your station. And if you're looking at like a mess like what I have on this station, it's going to be hard to find this little thing. So we definitely want to keep it, clean and keep it organized. You'll be able to cut hair better, more efficient, faster, and you'll be more sanitary for your client's sake as well. So that's pretty much it, man. This is the tour of my station. If you guys have any advice for this station, you guys have any ideas, or if you've done anything different, I want to hear about it. So please just drop a comment down below. If you look at the station beside me, it's all full of stuff because we're actually putting an air compressor in the shop, and pretty soon I'm gonna have an air compressor hookup that comes right out of this wall here. So that's why we got such a mess over here. But other than that, this is the YouTube Barber Academy. I am Mr. Eddie Barber, and thank you once again for stopping in and hanging out with me today. I'll catch you guys in another video. Peace.
Oh, show them what we were just doing. Oh, it's great.
Wait a minute, before you guys go, I want to invite you to hit that bell, hit subscribe, and stick around because we're going to go live all the time. It's far more interactive, it's a lot more intuitive, you'll learn a lot more, and we'll go through this video and many others as we continue to grow. We build off each lesson from the last week, so don't miss out on that opportunity. It's free, it's fun, and we're gonna have a good time and a lot of guests, and we do giveaways. So I encourage you guys, hit subscribe. Other than that, man, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Peace.
Which one is smoother? Number 1 and number 2. So this is number 1. And number 2. Which one do you think?